working with the seer right now, okay? So this is within. And this is using our intuition. This is connected to the high priestess. All right? And she is helping us to work with the wind, the element of air. Remember, we're clearing up this hack with the element of air to a deeper level. And we're healing to the core with the masculine. We're bringing the energy within to the core with the masculine. And we're expanding from without to within and within to without. And we got these two cards together on one of our last readings. And it is expanding with the masculine, the staff. This is our connection to the Ace of Wands and the energy. We're at a point now. We're working with thought. We're working with the mind. We're working with the element of air. But now we're adding the element of fire. It's completing the equation. We're gonna complete the equation because we're gonna add the force. And many of us are learning it's not just enough to think it when we expand consciousness. We have to act on it. So we add force. That's what we are missing. You know, that last element in the equation. And this is going to allow us to heal with our life's debts and the South Node, the mission work we came here to do, to shift from the old to the new. And what this is activated is the King of Swords. Because the moons are connected. We have a new moon in Aries, but we're going to have a full moon in Libra. So we are working with the swords right now. Now, the King of Swords, I love how he's represented in the Starman Tarot. First of all, he's connected to nature. He's connected to vibration, frequency, and energy. But he's in an electric chair. And it doesn't matter how much pain you put him through, he's going to be authentic. He's going to be truth. And this is with the masculine. We're honoring this with the masculine. This is the king. Now that King of Swords, remember, we're clearing up our life's debts. We're going from the South Node to the North Node. This is the King of Swords facing the devil energies. He's facing them. Head on, face on. And activating with truth. And when we activate our truth, this is how we heal from the devil energies. With our authenticity, with our truth. And adding the positive charge. You know, being the truth no matter what the circumstances. Because when we're not living in our authenticity, that causes sickness. And this is being able to be truthful with ourselves. Many of us are becoming truthful with ourselves. That's part of this activation. So when the King of Swords meets up with the devil energies, there's a tower moment. A massive tower moment. Now, many of you are in the midst of this, or this has already happened, okay? And this is going to allow us to face our shadows, and see what we need to see. This is connected to throwing the devil energies off their game. And our connection to Mars. There's Mars right there. And healing with the masculine. We're going to have a third eye activation here, guys. Okay, so we're going to get an activation card off of this. And many of us are just seeing the truths of this world and healing from the truths that we've seen of this world because they've been very negative. And it's very deep. Remember, we're healing to the core. But we're breaking out of our box because what we've cut away that no longer serves us, that's not authentic. We've created a box with it. That's our connection to the element of air, the masculine, and we're breaking free from that box because it's become a prison for us. Remember, we are the creators of the new world. So we need to break free. And that's why we're healing to the core to a whole new level. And this will make sense. You know, hang tight, guys, right? Like this is resonating with you. This will make sense, and just keep going. Keep going with expanding from your truth. Don't let your truth become a prison. We're going to break free from our truths of what we've seen because they've been very negative. And we're going to move forward being the positive charge with the positive charge to create this high vibe new world. So the tower activates the Queen of Swords. And look at that work we're doing within. Okay, we've activated our path within with a deeper level to the core. Look at her hands, okay, guys? Look at her hands. She's embraced her whole self because her whole self was part of her authenticity. We're just going to transform. We're going to transform, transmute, and transcend in order to create anew. But we have to honor everything about this world. Everything about this world and everything about ourselves. And this activates our Merkaba, okay? We have the masculine and feminine together. So we've activated, remember, the frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. It activates our access to our Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. And that's what we're doing. We're serving our highest purpose. And this is allowing us to be more dependable. This is part of this transformation. Now, these are two phoenixes. They've risen from the ashes. There's a connection to the peacock, and the peacock is our connection to the phoenix rising from the ashes, all right? So both the masculine and feminine have had a rebirth. And it was from our inner authority. We did work with our solar plexus, but it's a connection to our heart chakra. So we're taking our power back. We're listening to our intuition, desires, and feelings. Remember, this is about honoring all of us. Because we're healing from our impulses to the core at a deeper level with Aries season. And this new moon in Aries. So it's going to illuminate where we don't want to move and where we do. But we're having a recalibration with our resources. Okay? And this is allowing us to create with a deeper level of commitment with this dependability. And there's a key in there with wings, okay? And this is with our light. But we've honored our dark, okay? Now, this is part of the activation card with the tower. This key is connected to the third eye activation. Now, because we're using our Merkaba and we're shape-shifting, because remember, we're in transformation, transmuting, and transcending so that we can transform these lower vibrational energies. We are now activating our swiftness with the 8 of Wands. This is literally expanding with the energy. We're going to expand from the core, from within to without with our energy. We're making the proper patternings in order to create the proper shapes and expanding with our light here. And this is connected to our path. Our 10 of Cups is being illuminated, our purpose and our divine blueprint. And this is what we've activated within to a whole new level, as you can see right here within the Queen of Swords. And we got a confirmation on that on one of our last readings. Here's our confirmation. Our 10 of Cups is being illuminated because we're healing with our chakras. That's another thing that we've been doing. We've been laser focusing on healing with our chakras, detoxifying with them. And this has to do with that laser focusing on our lymphatic system, our endocrine system, and our blood heart purification. Okay, guys? And that's what's happening here within this Two of Vessels. And that's part of our attraction with the mother and father and the purification. That's why that heart is on fire. But we are also expanding with the water, okay? There's a purification being honored here. And this has to do with our heart's electromagnetic field. We need to honor a purification in here with body to the core. Okay, so we're going to detoxify. We're going to get rid of those impurities within so that we can get rid of those impurities without. This is that pushback, okay, to the hack. The hack is attacking us because that artificial hack of the matrix, because it's being taken out. It's dying. So it's attacking us, but we're pushing back because it's activating us. That's how we are part of the special, the special forces team that came up in here to clear up this hack. Because the creator always has a plan, and the creator's using the energy of the opposites in order to help us heal and expand. So the more this hack attacks us, the more that we activate to clear up this hack. And that's why that it doesn't always feel pretty. It doesn't always feel pretty, and it feels heavy and dense, and it feels sick, because we are actually like, you know, the washing machines, and we're clearing it up. You know, we're these divine washing machines that's taking in all this toxicity, and we're clearing it up. So we are purging it, and we have to feel it to purge it, guys. This is where we don't run from the negative, our pain, and the toxicity. No, we face it. We use it as fuel to get to where we're going. So we're going to call in the scarab beetle spirit to help us with this, because we know the scarab beetle helps us to use our toxicity as fuel to get to where we're going, as well as it teaches us to move our shit, our dung out of the way sometimes. Sometimes we just got to do that. And what we have been doing right now is we've been healing from traditions that no longer serve us, and this is creating a new. Now, there's many people on the planet that are still having a hard time with this. They're really holding on to some traditions that are causing sickness and stagnancy, and they just can't see it. This is part of creating with nostalgia lane. We have to honor the new, and this is, you know, you see many people make fun of New Agers, and it's quite sad, because there's once again a balance. Yes, you know, there are New Agers, people in you know, New Agers that are taking advantage of things, but there is also in the old, and the new is birthed from the old. Guys, don't get fooled, don't get tricked. When someone's saying that, you know, the bad is only here and the good is only here, look, the good and bad is everywhere. Whatever way you want to look at, the positive and negative is everywhere, and there's positive everywhere and there's negative everywhere, and we can't just judge a book by its cover. There's a beautiful, amazing people in the New Age communities that are creating the new, and they know it's time to, you know, heal from some of our traditions that are keeping us sick, stuck, and stagnant, and keeping us in loops. They're not part of the new world. But then it is also too honoring that, you know, it has to be birthed from the old. And we're going back to what is old, what is ancient, of the ancient. And that's how you can really, you know, you can really gauge who you want to work with. Who you want to work with, they'll have all the connections in place. They're not trying to separate. They've connected the whole. Okay? And if there's somebody who's just laser focused, yeah, this could be still using the masculine and in separation and laser focusing on one thing. But if they're only telling you that it's all about this one thing, they've lost sight of the whole. They're still in separation. Okay? And we are healing from separation. Now, just guys, there's scammers everywhere. Like I said, I just want to say this again. There's scammers everywhere. Let's not make fun of the new because it's new. I feel like someone out there really needed to hear that message. Now, we're healing from the Three of Swords. That's part of this, because some of our traditions are causing us heartache. Okay? And I'm even, you know, I don't want to get too much into examples because there's so many of them, but you know, we're not sacrificing life anymore. I'm just gonna put it like that. I'm gonna put it straight. We've sacrificed enough life on this planet. We've upset the balance, and that's caused a lot of chaos. Now we're gonna laser focus to heal with life. Okay, we're not gonna sacrifice it anymore. Oh, confirmation right there from the universe. I love it. The music stopped playing right there. So we are healing from our toxicity. We're clearing it up. More confirmation. I just love it, guys. I love when the universe, you know, to those who are willing to listen, it speaks. Now, we're laser focusing on purging the toxicity. That's why if you've been feeling yucky, this is why. Because we're those washing machines. We're cleaning it. Those divine washing machines. I don't know if anyone's ever used this term in spirituality. We're divine washing machines, but we're using it here today, guys. We're using it here today. And remember, so this is so we can expand from the cups with the cups. So we're going to use the energy and to clear this up and expand with this. And what this is activating, the solar deity, the masculine, our expansion, our upliftment, is this. The creation of the sweet nectars of life from the negative. And that's why the bee is honored here. The bee is honored because the bee takes the negative and creates the sweet nectars of life. And we're healing from sexual repression to honor healthy sexual expression. This is part of how we are doing this. This is part of our connection and being a starseed twin flame. And this is also honoring too. Look, guys, we're doing inner child healing. But if somebody is making you on your path feel, you know, attacking you because you still have sexual urges within you, we have to heal with this. Look, we have to honor when we do feed from lust and lower vibrational things like feed from pornography, and lust templates, that we have holes in our auric field, okay? And we become food for parasites, okay? We're not doing that. We're still going to honor, though, that we have sexual urges. It's part of us. This is part of the whole. But now we're going to create with this high vibe. This is part of that transmutation, okay? Transcendence piece, where we're going to go higher vibe. We're going to lighten it up. We're going to clear up some of that dense energy and lighten it up. That's the elevation. So, yes, you know what? You know, we all want to seek pleasure. But this is about pleasure that's in alignment with us. And this is about pleasure that is love. And many of us have been in abstinence in order to restore the balance and understand this and just understand intimacy. There's a difference between, you know, sex and intimacy and how we create here. And many of us are seeing, you know what? I want to seek pleasure. I'm feeling the urge to seek pleasure, but, you know, I'm watching pornography. And this is making me feel lower vibe, because if I'm going to be in the energy of what I'm creating and understanding manifestation, here I want love, but I'm in lust. And I'm just going to keep manifesting more lust back within my vortex. This is being able to see through that illusion. And yeah, this is where we heal from our impulses in a whole new way. So I may have to go without pornography. This may something I have to be. And you know, some stuff's coming to light. Like I know when I was younger and I was a kid, a lot of people looked up to Hugh Hefner. You know? And a lot of things are coming to light about Hugh Hefner and the kind of, you know, sicknesses he was healing from. And there were many lower vibrational things that happened. And it's healing from that. It's healing from, you know, being a sex, people being sex objects, people feeding from lust. You know, a show just came on, I don't want to get too much into this, where they were, you know, a lot of people were speaking the truth about what really happened there. And it just happened to come into my field so I could see. And just really see, you know, a lot of sickness that was being healed from that lust template. Because, you know what, when a lot of people are in power, you know, intimacy is just not enough for them when they're feeding from the lust template. And we don't want to be degrading love and intimacy. But we also want to honor too our natural urges to seek pleasure, because, you know, that's how we heal from pain. But we're untwisting this. We're starting to really understand this. Like, nobody is a sexual object. Nobody here is to be used, you know, and victimized. We don't want to create more victim templates, but we also want to use our victim templates to create anew with them and heal from them. This is a very multi-dimensional space and place, okay, guys? This is very multi-dimensional space and place. And if you've been laser focusing on healing from the lust template, which is what many of us at this channel join in to do, that's what this is about. So what we're doing is we're having an ending. We're having an ending with the element of air. We've been put into a 10 of Swords situation. And this is one of those massive endings to have this massive beginning. We're in a time of completion. And there is a reading that we're going to expand from after this that goes into further detail with this. So hang tight, guys. And then I do believe we're going to be sharing that 3 of Cups reading. I never want to put anything and set it in stone, because I got to listen to the divine. My plan and the divine's plan are sometimes not the same plan. So what this 10 of Swords ending is connected to is the Queen of Pentacles and the Strawberry Moon. That's what they're showing me. And something is activated in the Strawberry Moon, and it's connected to the 2 of Cups and the 2 of Pentacles. So that's mother and daughter and coming together to create the whole. And it's really the 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups shift. There's a connection to the 2s and the 3s here, okay? By the Strawberry Moon. And what is being activated is growth through the earth with the earth. We are going to reinvest with the earth, because Part of the activation of the strawberry full moon, okay, is we're going to taste that peach because we're going to grow it. Remember, this is about tangible manifestations and enjoying the pleasure of those manifestations for all the hard work with this growth. And what the Seven of Pentacles is connected to is the Ten of Pentacles, and that's what we're growing in that garden. In this garden, we are growing our Ten of Pentacles. Do you see how it's all going to blossom? And look what it's going to do. We're going to come together within it. It's beautiful. But we have to water that garden, okay, guys? So we need that Ace of Chalices. We need all this water. Because we're going to take this. We're going to plant these seeds within the earth. We're going to invest in the earth. And part of this is being a custodian of the earth. Taking care of life. No more sacrificing life. We're investing in life. We're giving back to life. We're going to take care of life. We're going to live in symbiosis. We've activated symbiosis patterns right here. We are not a virus. We're not creating with virus patterns. Now, maybe we still are clearing some stuff out. So, you know, we still are working with some of those patterns. But remember, this is about that transmutation, transcendence. And we're activating patterns of symbiosis, and we're reinvesting in the earth because we've become the custodians of this earth. We have to take care of what we are manifesting with. If we want this, it's not we're going to treat the earth like a bag of shit. We gotta love it. We gotta love literally the shit right out of it, guys. The shit right out of it. This has to do with the Wheel of Fortune. We're about to spin the wheel, and we have spun the wheel. We spun the wheel when we entered the spring equinox, and this has to do with the summer solstice. There's a connection to both of them here. And remember that peacock? There's a connection. We know where did that card go? I want to grab it here. There's a connection to our inner authority, expanding with our inner authority, because we've become dependable. Okay, with the phoenix rising from the ashes, we've had our rebirth, and it's a deeper level of commitment with our light and with our love. Okay, and with this, sorry guys, this is activating is the Eight of Earth. So remember, we're shifting here. We're shifting through the earth with our path being, and our purpose being totally illuminated here at a whole new level to the core. Well, the masculine here, the father, the Eight of Wands, is connected to the Eight of Earth. This is part of our expansion, and look at who we've become. This is also part of our activation. We're going to put all of our activation cards together with that key and the tower. We're going to get a message. This is a third eye activation. And she is working with the King of Air. Remember, this all goes back to healing with the energy, the masculine, to the core. And we do so here. We see something we always needed to see. It's part of our authenticity. It's part of our path. It's part of our swiftness. It's part of our commitment. It's part of our dependability. Okay? It's part of this. And this is how this peacock is going to transcend this serpent. But we accepted this serpent as part of the whole in order to do so. And there's the application of love there. More confirmation from the universe, guys. Hang tight. So we expand with the masculine, the light from the cup. That Ace of Cups. Because we went from 4 cups to 3 cups to 2 cups to 1 cup. And this is where 2 become 1. Okay, guys? Where 2 become 1. But we had to heal with our inner authority. Okay? It's part of the expansion. We're healing with our inner authority to expand. That's why our divine blueprint within, with that Queen of Swords that we saw, she's expanding from within to without. But she had to expand from without to within. It's part of the energy of the opposites coming together to create the whole. This allows us to heal with frustration. This hack of the element of air, this artificial hack, has caused us frustration. Remember, this is about the creator having a plan. We use this frustration to create our healing, our dependability, and a deeper level of commitment. Now, let's get our activation cards, and we're going to expand off this. We're going to get a message, okay, from the moon. Alrighty, guys, so we have our activation cards. The King and Queen of Swords. The Tower. Our connection to commitment and this key. The King of Air, which we know was the King of Swords. Oh, we also needed the 8. Where'd she go? The 8 of Earth. And I was called to have the Ace of Chalices. We're going to have a third eye activation that's going to allow us to heal from frustration, connected to the seagull and the messages of the seagull. With this new moon in Aries, it's going to allow us to heal with our impulses at a whole new level and do inner child healing at a whole new level. Remember, to the core. So we're going to use the Moon Oracle. And we're going to receive our message or activation card. And I'm excited to see what this is connected to. Because look, we have a tower moment, but then we find the key. And it allows us to create a whole new level of commitment with our light, which is going to allow us to heal from this frustration. And have a third eye activation. It's connected to our authenticity. And we're expanding from the new moon in Aries to the full moon in Libra. And I do believe it's on the 16th, okay? This full moon. Right. What is activation here? All right, there it is. Oh, I feel like this card wants to make its presence known as well. Of course, we're healing from concession, the lower vibrational things caused from the element of air. We have Kali here. That's expanding with our truths. With the black goddess of Sagittarius. Look, she tells the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. That's it. So we're going to expand. And we're building the economy of New Earth. Right? And in order to do that, it's through a negotiation with a negotiation. But we have to activate our... This is the activation of our patterns. We're working with a rebel here. And this is expanding with the energy of Aquarius, the new world, okay? And we know that, like, this lady, she's done solar plexus healing. That's healing with her inner authority. She's upside down, okay? But that feels natural to her, and she's seeing all this sacred geometry. She's actually having a third eye activation. So we're going to read this card, but there is where the third activation is. And it's, remember, we're healing from what's lower vibrational. Here, with concession, with confession, and that's connected to concession. So we will share this card, but there's an activation here. Still need to get the activation card. What is our... Whoa, guys. That shot out, and we have 2 cards there. And it is about our fulfillment with the mother. Full moon, water flower. Okay, let me see it, guys. It flung, man. Okay. We know we're becoming the bridge. We're becoming the bridge from the old to the new. This is about part of our transmutation, transcendence, and we're flowering because we've invested within the earth. And this is the lovers coming together. This is Gemini, okay? We're coming together here. And there we are. We literally are coming together. Bouquet. And that is connected to Libra. And this full moon in Libra. So we're going to have an idea in order to heal with the element of air. That's our third eye activation right there. And it's connected to our opposition. So we're going to heal from our opposition with this new moon in Aries. And it's working with Lilith. Now, Lilith is going to help us to destroy in order to create. So we need to destroy what is lower vibrational here within the element of air, this artificial hack within the element of air. And you can see we're working with Capricorn here. To heal from our opposition. That's our 5 of Wands charge. That's wrath and aggression. Remember, we're healing with the masculine to the core. So we're going to destroy the old patterning to create a new, and it's going to create our fulfillment. So here is where we're going to share our two messages. The economy, as we build the economy of the new world through the earth, we're going to heal with our opposition. And this goes back to the 8 of Earth and 8 of Wands. The positive tetrahedron of fire is coming together with a negative tetrahedron of the earth to help us expand through the heart. I'm being called to read this message first, okay? As the moon squares the sun, a critical phase is reached in the cycle of the moon in which everything is held in the balance. There is a tendency to have force issues or make things happen, as events generally do not fall easily into place during this phase. And that's Aries. That's Aries right there. So the moon in Aries, you have a need to be aggressive in your use of force in order to make events go the way in which you desire, or people act in the way you require to achieve your goals. So this goes back to the seagull, and we're going to use where we're currently at to create our healing, and we're going to see exactly where we need to be. We're going to reassess our resources and create anew with them. We just had to switch the equation. We have to heal with force. We're healing with aggression. We're healing with our impulses in a whole new way. Economy. When the moon loses all of its light in an earth sign, there is a slowing down of progress on all fronts. With regard to material projects, this is not a period in which to take out new investments or engage in any kind of risk. It's a period for cutting back on expenses. So guys, we're feeling the lack of. We're in the dark. But look, we're going to create the balance because we're going to add the light within balance, because we're going to heal with the masculine, the energy, our aggression. So maybe, and this is why it feels like we're in the dark and nothing's coming together. But you know what? It is. But we're going to be reminded that this is about a negotiation. Look, we're going from here to here. We have to find the center point in order to get here. Remember, the creators within the center point, we got that. We're having a negotiation between the old and the new in order to find the balance. And that is part of our fulfillment. All right, guys, there it is. Let's head on to our next part. I'll see you there, guys. We're going to expand off this a little bit further. I love you.